Hey everyone, Monsignor Gilles here with my favorite parish mission associate,
Kevin Decker.
Welcome to Lent, everyone. I think a week ago we did a little piece on that, and it may have had ashes on my forehead and maybe Kevin as well. And you, Mr. Zach, behind the camera, reminded me that last year on Ash Wednesday I did 10 or 12 videos for Minutes with Monsignor. So Ash Wednesday was going on for like ever and ever and ever. But you know, and we had a good laugh over that. So this year we didn't do that, we just did one. But you know, that makes me think of something that I had read. I think St. Augustine talks about this, that if you kind of telescope it out, all of life is Lent and all of eternity is Easter. Now we celebrate Lent and Easter in a very defined period of time because that's what we need to do as human beings. And then there's ordinary time and all of that. But so I thought that was very neat that, you know, you think about all of life is Lent, not that all of life is drudgery, but if you really compare this life to eternity and the bliss of being with God, yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome to be, you know, 100% fulfilled and satisfied with God. So anyway, that's kind of one piece of this. The other piece, maybe Kevin, I want to ask you is, you know, so we all start Lent pretty strong, right? And then most of us maybe, do you find that you sometimes kind of fall off the wagon a little bit, or?
Yeah, well, and it's all about our mindset too, right? Like, instead of like, oh, I have to do Lent, or it's more of like, I get to do Lent. I have the opportunity to unite my suffering with Christ. I have the opportunity to grow in holiness. And if we use that mindset, it's going to help push us further for those 40 days. And to be able to, and also too, I try to pick something that I want to continue after the 40 days. So what I'm doing right now is I'm giving up snacking, and I'm also giving up like sweets and treats and things like that. And it's something I want to do after the 40 days. So I'm training myself now to get ready for hopefully a lifetime of it.
I think that makes sense. In a sense, you're not supposed to revert back to day one, you know, before Fat Tuesday, and just resume with Fat Tuesday the day after Easter. Mm-hmm. So it's to keep it going. Now, what would you say are maybe one or two pitfalls of Lent that people kind of get into? I think I have an idea, but what do you have?
I think the fear of missing out. I think that's my biggest thing. Oh, it's somebody's birthday. Well, I better celebrate with them. And then you have a little piece of cake or a drink or whatever. And then all of a sudden, well, I did that one day. I could do it 2 or 3. Then all of a sudden, you start reverting back to what you were instead of staying strong in those moments.
And perfect, because I want to dovetail on that, because sometimes people will, they'll just say, you know what, I already fell off the wagon, I failed, and so why bother? That's the biggest problem. People get discouraged. They say, you know what, I've messed up my Lenten resolutions so bad, why bother? You can't treat Lent like your New Year's secular civic, resolutions. Discouragement is not of God, and we always need to get back up and start over again, especially by going to the sacrament of reconciliation. So don't throw in the towel. That's the worst thing you can do. Or maybe another pitfall is you never really started anything strong on Ash Wednesday. Well, we're still early in the Lenten season. There's no reason that even if you're like 1, 2.5, 3 weeks into Lent, to get on board and beef it up and start doing something maybe that you weren't doing before in Lent. So what do you think about that?
I think it's great. We got to have the mentality that Christ did when he fell carrying the cross. Getting back up continuously, fulfilling the Father's will.
Very good. So there's our wisdom for today, my friends. Happy Lent to all of you. You pray for me and I'll pray for you. May St. Joseph the Workman pray for us.